Hello, good evening. I am Councilor Latonya Tate, Chairwoman of Public Safety. Today starts National Awareness for Gun Violence Day. It's June the 7th through the 9th. As you all know, gun violence is an epidemic across the United States. I'm here joined by the Offender Alumni Association, who heads up the HVIP program, the hospital-based violence linked program. I'm joined by Dr. Hicks, the health officer for the Jefferson County Health Department, and Dr. Nadia Richardson, the who runs the Black Women's Mental Health Institute. I found this to be very important for us to stand in solidarity on the day to kick off Wear Orange National Gun Violence Day, which again runs from June the 7th through the 9th. As most of you know, again, I'm going to repeat this again, that gun violence is an epidemic, not just in Birmingham, but across the U.S. And it's working together, working collectively together, building out an ecosystem. The goal here in Birmingham is to reduce gun violence. Many initiatives have been rolled out. You have the Common Ground, which is the conflict resolution program that's ran out of the municipal court by Judge Sparks. We also have the Restore, which works directly inside the juvenile detention facilities with youth that are in the detention facility. But we just got much more work to do here in this city. And so I am going to end here, and I'm going to welcome Dr. Hicks to the stage, to the podium, to also talk about what this looks like from a public health crisis.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. David Hicks. I serve as health officer for Jefferson County. And as health officer, I want to emphasize the critical importance of the unified effort of combating gun violence. The safety and well-being of all of Jefferson County residents is our top priority. Last month, the Jefferson County Board of Health passed a resolution declaring that gun violence is a public health problem. Gun violence is not just a law enforcement issue, but a public health problem that affects all of us. And it's essential that we come together as a community to address this issue head on. We need concrete solutions that include preventive measures, education, and stricter regulations. We must also focus on providing mental health support and resources for those affected by gun violence. Let's all work together to create a safer and healthier Jefferson County for everyone. Our unity is our strength, and together we can make a difference. Remember, every step we take towards combating gun violence is a step towards ensuring the safety and well-being of our community. Thank you.
I'm also going to invite Dr. Nadia Richardson, who is the founder and the CEO of the Black Women's Mental Health Institute, to talk about how gun violence affects mental health.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to be here by invitation of Councilor Tate. It goes without saying that Birmingham has a strong history of gun violence, but I'm glad to see that there are multiple entities here today to talk about how we combat that. Violence impacts the mental health of communities, individuals, and families. If communities that are impacted by gun violence experience high rates of anxiety, depression, and PTSD-like symptoms. We're very excited to be partnering with Councilor Tate to provide free counseling to the residents of District 9. This counseling is available to everyone regardless of race or gender. You can reach out to our website to sign up for free counseling. We're also excited to have Councilor Tate to be a panelist in our upcoming conference, the Mental Health Equity and Liberation Summit. In that panel, we will be discussing violence, mental health, but as well as collective healing. Thank you, Tate, for inviting us to be a part of this and being an ongoing partner.
I also have some of our friends that's helping us build like an ecosystem, the Offender Alumni Association, who heads up the hospital-based link program here in Birmingham, who is doing some magnificent work working with those that are survivors of gun violence. So I'm going to invite Timothy Lanier to the podium. I'm going to invite Sharif Kennedy to the podium and let them join us, and they can talk a little bit about what their works look like and being a mother of a son who lost a son to gun violence. And also we have another young man here who's a survivor of gun violence.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharika, and I'm the founder of the What About Us organization. And today plays a special part in my heart. My son was killed in 2021. In the year of 2021, that was 216 homicides in the city of Birmingham, Alabama. I stepped out on faith and started this organization called What About Us. It's for a group of mothers who have lost kids to gun violence. We have a support system, we do brief counseling, and we also do community activities with Birmingham Police Department, the city of Birmingham, and also with the Offender Alumni Association. It's dear to my heart because there's so many kids being killed in these streets. There's so many families having to pick out a casket and making funeral arrangements. And it's very dear because it's so many. People really don't understand how the fear and having to deal with the consequences after the child is gone. Not knowing what the next day going to bring, how you're going to be able to get up and move forward and continue to take care of the rest of your family is very traumatizing. And the trauma that we put on the families that's going through it, people don't know about the struggles every day. We have to make ourselves get up and to move. We have to make ourselves to get up to realize that our child will never come back. They will never walk back through that door. And by us having this group, it gives us support that gives us an understanding that we're not going through this alone. We try to come up with plans and ideas to encourage our youth to put down the guns. But each and every day, as y'all can see on the news, it's always another body, another child being killed in our streets. We have to start with the family, the dynamics, and bring it to a national face front to that. We have to use our voices in order to stop our youth, to encourage them that there's a better way than pulling a gun and taking someone else's life. Thank you.
Good afternoon, how y'all doing? I'm Timothy. I'm a violence prevention professional, and I work with the Hospital Violence Intervention Program with UAB. I want to thank them, I want to thank the Health Department and the City of Birmingham. Through this program, we go in and we deal with gunshot victims at the bedside, which we call the golden moment. At that moment, they're contemplating all type of things in their life. And me being a violence survivor and a violence producer, I know both sides of the coin. Now, being in the hospital, we learn how to grow and become more spiritually and mentally stable when we come in, because we give you the whole layout of what we're going to do. But I want to talk to the guys that's doing the shooting. I really want to talk to y'all because neighborhoods are not the place to do it. Neighborhoods have families, citizens, loved ones for the neighborhood. Now they have rewards across the city that you can sign up if you want to shoot and go do something. And they will train you to do it, and you don't have to do it in our backyard. I also want to introduce one of my clients that turned into one of our workers. He had been shot how many times? Once. And he went from the bedside to working with the guys that get shot. And those lived experiences help them relate to what we're saying and where we can help them go to in their future. All right, Cardell?
Good evening, my name is Cardell Jones. I was once a victim of gun violence. It was a traumatizing experience. And just not knowing of where I'm going to go next or how I'm going to get through this in life. It was an amazing experience to have someone come in that's been through the same traumatizing moment that can help me get through my traumatizing experience. So for me to actually be able to do this work now and actually help others and show that we're not alone and get through this with a team of people that we can feel like a family, it's an amazing, tremendous experience that you can ever have. So I just want to thank God for even giving me the experience to even doing his work for him and actually getting me through my traumatizing experience myself. And I'd like to thank you for the councilwoman for the invitation. I'm blessed to be here.
Thank you all. You've heard from victims, you've heard from survivors, you've heard from Dr. Hinch, you've heard from Dr. Nadia Richardson. But I just want to encourage the citizens of Birmingham, in order to eradicate gun violence, we all have to play a part. We all have to come together and work collectively because police officers are first responders. Community members are going to have to step up. You're going to have to say something. You see something, say something. But also know that it is not, we did not get here overnight, and we're not going to get out of this overnight. We are working hard to eradicate violence in the city of Birmingham. I want to thank Mayor Woodfin and his team for working very closely with myself and all of these partners that you see behind me to eradicate gun violence. So I want to encourage Birmingham this weekend and beyond this weekend, put the guns down, start loving on one another, and spread peace across Birmingham, Alabama. Thank you.
Question?
I'm gonna take just about a couple of questions, and that's gonna be it.
It's no secret that there's a severe shortage of police officers in the city of Birmingham. What does the city need to do to address this effort when it comes to recruiting and retaining police officers? I went out this afternoon to Railroad Park and just talked with regular folk, and they all told me that they want to see more police presence on the streets. They don't feel that there's an adequate policing here. I know you chair the Public Safety Committee. What does the city need to do to address this ongoing issue?
I'm going to refer that you speak to Chief Thurman about the Birmingham Police Department. My role as the chair of public safety is to hear people when they come from liquor license, events, license for events, and things that affects the community. So I would definitely recommend that you talk to Chief Thurman about it.
We're doing this press conference about gun violence. What do you think is going to take in order for this to be an issue that we can put an end to? I mean, we do this all the time. We talk to organizations and that kind of thing. But the violence is still happening. So what does it take for us to put an end to gun violence in your opinion?
We didn't get here overnight. Once again, we're not going to get out of it overnight. The most important thing is that people have to learn what community violence intervention is. You have to learn the framework. We travel to different cities that have reduced gun violence, and gun violence is a public health crisis. And so in order to interrupt any type of gun violence, you have to make investments. You have to make investments in poverty. You have to make investments in jobs. You have to make investments. So we didn't get here overnight, and we're certainly not going to get out. This is not a quick fix. It's going to take, once again, we got to move together collectively as a community, and you cannot have community safety without the community's buy-in or your public and private partners. So that's what it's going to take to eradicate violence.
From the city perspective, I know there's a lot of initiatives that are already in place, but what can the city do differently?
Once again, we're doing what we need to be doing by introducing these initiatives. The community has to play a major role when it comes to reducing violence. Solving violence is not a government problem. It's a community issue. Police officers are first responders. Community members are well aware of things that are transpiring in the community. When you look at people like Timothy Lanier and all the people that you have behind me, these are what we call credible messengers, people that can get in the streets. CVI work, community violence work, is now becoming what they call a profession across the country. When you look at places like New York, when you look at places like Newark, who's reducing their violence, when you look at places like Baltimore, who's reducing violence, that work came out and the reduction came invested into what we call community-based organizations. CBOs, people who have stake in community, people who can get in the streets and work with the young people, and the people that are committing, crimes, working with high-risk individuals. That's how we're going to reduce violence. Again, people, we did not get here overnight, and we're not going to get out of this overnight. Thank you.
Download the What's Happening Birmingham app today on Android, iPhone, and iPad for free. Get info on everything you need to know about local news, events, businesses, restaurants, and more. Visit our website, what'shappeningbham.com, or follow us on social media @HappeningBham for more information. Download the What's Happening Birmingham app today, your source for everything Birmingham.